So in today's video, I'm going to take you through 5 things I absolutely love about the BMW M140i. And I'm also going to take you through 5 things that I dislike about the car. And in last week's video, I told you guys that I'm going to share with you the dream garage that I want to develop over however long it takes on this YouTube channel alongside you guys. I want you to be along for the ride and see what we turn this dream garage into at some point. So guys, when it comes to the dream garage, that's going to consist of a few cars. Now these are going to change over time. As we know, these things do change. But what I'm mainly focused on is getting myself, firstly, the Ford Ranger. For the trips that I love to do, like going to the bush and going and experiencing animals and camping and things like that, the outdoor experience, I want to bring you guys along for that. So the Ford Ranger is very important. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that towards the end of this video because it's all going to make sense with the things I love and don't love about my M140i. The next big important addition to this garage will be a Porsche. I don't know if it's going to be a GT3 or a 911 Turbo S, but a manual Porsche is something that has to come to this channel. And I want to go on track days with it and show you guys that. And we're going to mod it and play with it and have so much fun. And it's all going to be dependent on what you guys want to see. Then we're going to jump into one actual supercar like a Lamborghini or Ferrari. I'm hoping for a Lamborghini Huracan. That's kind of the goal. That's what I ultimately want to get. And that's going to be the supercar that excites me the most. So that's probably what's going to happen. But if it takes too long, maybe the Temerario will be an option, the V8, and that's what we can look at later down the line. Finally is an import. It has to be an R34 GTR or a Toyota Supra. I'm leaning towards the GTR and I want to turn it into like my own car inspired by a bunch of different things. Most importantly, you guys. Let me know what else you think needs to be in this dream garage in the comments below. But let's get on to the video about the things I absolutely love and things I really don't love about the BMW M140i. So I actually already tried to film this video for you guys in the week, but it didn't work out because iCloud wanted to save the videos to the cloud, and then I was trying to go and airdrop it to the computer to edit it, and then it was like, oh, let's take 6 hours to try and download a 2-minute video. So we're just gonna refilm the whole video. Here we go. So guys, starting out with one of the first things that I love about this car. I'm doing this inside the garage at the moment because there's something I want to show you that only really works in the darkness. So if you take a look at these red dials over here, so the actual needles are red, and we take a look over here, everything here is red. These lights are red. That's red. Now, initially when I saw that red, I hated it. It was something about it. I was like, this red is not cool at all. It makes the car look so outdated until I learned something pretty cool. The reason that I love this feature about the car is because it's not actually always red. It's only red some of the times, particularly when you're driving in the dark. Because if the light were white, it would blind you while you're driving. So they made it red to be easier on the eyes. And I'm going to show you how this looks. So you guys can see it's red. And I'm going to turn the switch now to 0. Take a look here. Everything goes white. So we actually have this dual color experience that I really love. Now this might seem like something so trivial and so like unimportant, but to me it's really cool. These little creature comforts that BMW thought of in this car so long ago. And another thing is also to do with the interior that I'm going to take you through that I absolutely love. And that has to do with the climate control. Now a lot of these BMWs, like the F series BMWs, have this climate control and then this dial to change temperature up top. And you might think, well, why do I want to have hot and cold over here when I have climate control? What's the point of that when I can just change the temps over here? The main reason is this. If we want to set the whole car, let's say it's the middle of summer and it's boiling hot, and we want to set the whole car to be cool, like where we have it right now, 16 degrees Celsius, and my hands start freezing while holding the steering wheel from this vent, the whole point is that I can change these 4 top vents to be a different temperature so that my hands don't freeze. And if it's the middle of winter and I have the car set to a warmer temperature in the climate control and it starts to get stuffy at the top, which it often does, especially in South Africa, then I can change these top settings so the air over here is not so stuffy. And those 2 things are my first favorite things about this M140i. Now, something else I really love about the M140i is its main event. The main feature about this car, what makes it so incredible, is from the previous one generations, they upgraded the motor. And instead of the N55 or the N54, they put in a B58. This is the same engine that they threw into the new Toyota Supra. The Toyota Supra runs with this 6-cylinder monster. It's an inline 6, it's boosted, it's got a turbo, and it's something that is definitely going to change in the future. And we're going to get into more detail about that shortly when I get into the points I don't like about the car. Now, the next thing I really love about this car is quite important, because when it comes to these M140i's, there were 3 versions you could get. In South Africa, there were only 2, and it's the Cop Spec and the Shadow Edition. I have a Cop Spec. Now, with the Cop Specs in South Africa, BMW wanted to offer the people something a little bit extra. So in some of them they did a sunroof, on some of them they did like decals. I think I got the best Cop Spec added mod that you could really get, and that was the M Performance exhaust system. So from the front to the back, I have an M Performance exhaust system. Now, having this M Performance exhaust system just means that the car sounds that much better. It's nothing crazy, it's not a biggest deal when buying a car, but it's something I really love about this car. Now, coming to the last thing that I absolutely love about the M140i has to be the fact that it is a rear wheel drive, which means that I can drift, which means that I can wheel spin, all the fun stuff that I love to do. And it's actually the reason that before this car, I had a Toyota 86. And that GT86 was a lot of fun, just seriously underpowered. So in this car, I've got the power and the rear wheel drive. But that leads me on to the first thing that I really don't like about this car. On the M140i, they fitted an open diff. Now what that means is that when too much power is going to the wheels, it will choose the side that has the least grip and just spin it. So you don't actually get to put the power down. That is going to change to a limited slip differential. And that limited slip differential means that one wheel won't just spin. Once there's too much power and it can't get grip, it's going to share that spin between both wheels, which allows us to put the power down a lot better, but at the same time, opens a lot of opportunities for drifting. Now, the second thing I don't like about the M140i is something I've already changed. However, in the next few videos, this is going to get even better. So I need you guys to comment down below what you think I should do when it comes to the second thing that I dislike about the car. So this was actually the original intake. Now, the reason that we changed it to this, and we're actually going to go a lot better than what we've got from either of these. This little box on the side that sits in like that silences the turbo. Why would you want to silence a turbo? It's one of the most beautiful noises, especially if you know what you're buying. In terms of getting a B58, a boosted 6-cylinder, why would you want to go and stick a silencer on the turbo? Now, this might have something to do with Germany's rules and laws and, you know, Europe's rules about noise pollution and things like that. But in this market in South Africa, we don't have to worry about any of this stuff. You have a loud car, we don't even get a slap on the wrist, to be honest. The cops in South Africa are actually more excited to hear a loud car than they are to punish you for having one. So we don't have these sort of restrictions, which means a new intake is coming very, very soon to this channel. And I'll take you through the whole install like I did in my first video where I put the spoiler and the rear bumper on. So if you do want to watch a video of me putting that spoiler on and this rear bumper with this extended like diffuser part over here, you can click the link at the top right now. Now, the next big thing that I don't like about the M140i has to do with inside again, and it's the screen. Now, this is not a manufacturing fault. The only thing I dislike is that it's aged, but more specifically with this car, I don't have Apple CarPlay or a touchscreen or anything I can do here, which is why you see this little phone holder here for Waze and things like that. Now, there is a new one I'm going to be installing, and it's quite pricey. So for those of you who want to help support me getting this done and all the other mods you see on the car, subscribing to the channel is the biggest way to help do that, because what's going to happen is the money created from this channel is going to go into not only this car, but all the other builds that I want to do in the future. And like I told you about the cars that I want to get already in the Dream Garage build, those cars are not going to stay stock, especially the Ford Ranger. The Ford Ranger is meant to turn into an absolute monster in terms of off-road usage. So it's going to have a rooftop tent, and all of those kind of things cost money. So if you want to support, best way to do that is by hitting the thumbs up and subscribing to this channel. And if you really feel called to do it, leaving a comment in the comment section helps the algorithm get this video out to so many more people, which helps this channel grow. On to the next thing I really don't like about the M140i. Kind of silly to a lot of people, but not to me. The fact that this car doesn't have a spare wheel. So in the back of the car, we lift this little piece up, and as you'll notice, there's no spare wheel. There's just a kit over here. Now, here's a funny story about this little kit. With the stock BMW wheels, the M140i wheels that I had on this car before, what had happened was I hit a pothole. For those of you who live in South Africa, you can let me know in the comment section just how bad you think the pothole situation is in this country. I'm going to show you a little clip of this to make an understanding. See how bad the roads are? This is one of the very important things I'm going to bring up in this video. And it's actually the inspiration for two very important points. I ended up hitting a pothole, and inside that pothole was a little bit of a screw or something like that. And I used the kit, which is got like this gel, and what it does is it, goes around, not a gel, kind of like a, what would you call it? Like a chemical, a liquid that sort of goes around and creates a new lining so that you can continue to drive the car at slower speeds, but you don't need to like immediately stop. And what had happened when I phoned BMWs, they said, oh, you should have called BMW Assist. We would have come and replaced the wheel with one of ours, fixed it and brought it back, and it wouldn't have cost you anything. It's part of your deal with buying a BMW. And that's all good and well, but any self-respecting man is going to sit and change his own wheel. And it was like a Sunday, so I didn't even know this was an option, I'll be honest. And to refill this cartridge is 3,500 Rand. 3,500 Rand to refill the cartridge is just ridiculous. So I'm kind of sitting on the whim of things now going, well, if I have to hit a pothole or have an issue, I'm a little bit stuffed because the motor plan on the car is also finished. And that leads me on to point number 5 about things I dislike about the M140i. And this has to be the fact that the wheels are a mission. In this country, driving a car on such low profile tires just means that I'm susceptible to so much more damage when it comes to driving on these roads. And that leads me into a very important point. I told you I'd give you a bit more of an explanation about the dream garage and the cars I want in it. The reason is because when it comes to the Ford Ranger, I want to have a Ranger that I can go and take not only for holidays, but drive on these terrible roads in South Africa. I don't have to worry about hitting potholes with my daily because this is my only car at the moment. And it would be nice to have that peace of mind when I need to go and do something that I can take a car that I don't have to worry about the same way. Now, I do have to worry about theft. And theft is a big deal when it comes to cars in South Africa, especially trucks or bakkies. In South Africa, we call a truck a bakkie. Having a bakkie, like a Ford Ranger or a Toyota Hilux, which are the most two common bakkies, they get stolen in this country all the time. And we actually had a situation where we were driving a Fortuner and the Fortuner got stolen, and what a problem that all was, even when you think insurance will sort out the problem. Now, I don't want to put myself in that risk, so when I do get the Ranger, the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to put Ghost on the car just to stop the throttle. So if someone gets in, it's more of a deterrent that they can't drive it away. But if you've enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section what you thought, what you want to see more of with this M140i. I'd love to create content that you actually enjoy and want to see. So let me know in the comment section what you want to see with this car, what do you want to see get done. And for those of you who don't know, I'm running a little bit of a competition for what mod to do next. Am I going to do the front splitter or the side skirts? I'll let you guys decide. Let me know in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see your names pop up on my subscriber list and in the comment section, as well as next week's video. I'll see you guys on the next video.